is the Evan Michaels Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. What a treat it is to be back with you in another brand new episode of the Evan Michaels Show. Mr. John Dale Smith and the world-class City Band.
Hello, Evan.
Best musical talent around, John Dale. Is it just me, or do you get more handsome every time I see you?
It's just you.
It is just me. You're right. Wait a second. Why did I make that remark?
I don't know.
A quick clean, that's all we needed.
You're hoping we'll play your song in the right key.
The Francis Scott off key, that's my favorite key. Bad joke, but it's sponsored. Speaking of which, we are thrilled to be back here at the Peppermint Creek Theater Company, our performance art home. They have been so wonderful to us these past few episodes, and what makes this so fun and exciting and new for us every time is that just like in the theater, for those of you who go out and support the Mid-Michigan Performing Arts, when you see a new show, the set changes, so our set is always changing. What do you think?
I think it's great.
We are expanding. We now have 2 levels of the Evan Michaels Show. Second level, under construction. I'm putting in a nice a spa up there. I'm going to do a nice bed and breakfast.
Evan, I'm surprised you came in that door.
Well, the original plan, John Dale, like the Dick Van Dyke Show, was to have me coming down the stairs, you know, to wit. But then again, you know, Dick would have went into the band, rolled down the stairs.
He would have done better than what you just
Well,
did.
yeah, well, the insurance only lets me go up 4 and down 3. It's just safety in numbers, and when 1 is the loneliest number, I have to be as safe as I can. But a big thank you to Peppermint Creek for having us and hosting us. Also a big thank you to some brand new community sponsors and old ones who are going to be with us for the rest of the season. We are thrilled to have CATA and the soon-to-be-announced Acts of Culture project joining us. We are thrilled to be having Dean Trans. Yes, Dean Trans coming on board. On board.
On board, I caught that.
Get that?
Yes.
The two transportation companies coming on board. Wrote that. 45 minutes took me to write that one line. One day soon, when I have my own writers, it'll be wonderful. And of course, our dear friends from LAFQ, your credit union for life, back again. And they have some special guests with us tonight, John Dale. With us tonight, and the theme of tonight's episode is Made in Michigan, because we've all seen on Michigan products before. It says Made in Michigan, and those products go out all over the state, all over the country, sometimes all over the world. But not many people realize that in the performing arts, there are just as many talented people, acts, bands, performers, groups that are doing the same thing as some of our products made here. They are being recognized in Lansing, in the capital region. They're being recognized throughout the state, and they are being recognized internationally. And you're going to meet 4 such people tonight. But first, my 2 co-hosts of the night, John Dale Smith. You've been looking forward to meeting these guys.
I am so excited. Who might those 2 be?
They got dressed up to come on the show, spent hours in makeup, and they are ready. In fact, I think I just heard a knock at the door. A very clever and creative knock. That knock almost sounded like a bongo drum. Let me go check. It's like our Mr. Rogers said, who could it be? It's Laffy from LAFQ, ladies and gentlemen, and Big Lug himself. Yes. Let's welcome out Laffy and Big Lug. Good to have you guys here. Thank you. Laffy, we know that was you knocking, because if that was Big Lug, the whole set would have been down. He doesn't knock on the door. He just comes right through it. Exactly, like sliding into home. Hey, take it easy. Don't milk it over there.
That was utterly...
I'm sorry. This is what happens when I have no writers. It's just me backstage on social media coming up with really bad puns. Evan Michael Punsonault. Oh, no. Hold on. Yes. We would use that, and that would be called striking out. Striking out. That was the worst baseball swing ever, by the way. That wasn't even a good cricket swing. That was awful.
Evan, is this going to get any better?
No.
Okay.
It's only downhill from here. It's like a water slide, or it's like a roller coaster, only downhill from here. But you know what? I wanted to tell you guys something. Whether it's me and you, Big Lug, or you and me, Laffy, together we could be the world's greatest pair. like Laurel and Hardy, like Coke and Bacardi, like Juliet and Romeo, ebb and flow, to and fro, together, together again. Together again for the first time. We've only met in a dream. Oh, up until now it's been the worst time. But now that you're here, we're a team. Together again for the first time. Haven't a woe or a care. No longer a bad and accursed time. It's easy to see, you have to agree. We're destined to be a great pair. Oh, all of my life I've been hosting around. Nothing to do till the end. Oh, all of my life I've been hosting around. But what good is a host if he ain't got some friends? Together again for the first time. Back on the track to renown. Oh, we're gonna thrill them, we're gonna kill them. You'll be the creatures, we'll make a new feature. We'll scare the blooming daylights right out of this town. Hey, a home run for our guest co-host tonight, Big Lug and Laffy. Thank you guys very much. And when we get back on the Evan Michaels Show, we will meet one of the ladies behind our two very handsome and dapper co-hosts. Keep it right here. Welcome back to the Evan Michaels Show. Welcome back, welcome back. The amazing dance stylings of Laffy and Big Lug. You better believe it. These guys know how to get it down. So much so that I've learned a valuable lesson here on the show. Don't put water that isn't in a bottle in a glass on the set, because you'll just dance right through it. So let me just wring out my note card here. And then, what can you expect, John Dale? It is me. I nearly fell down a flight of stairs. But one very talented young lady who's coming out next, someone who keeps these two in line, and who we might have to hire here in the Evan Michaels Show to keep me in line. She is one of the most active community volunteers you'll find in mid-Michigan. She's also the vice president of LaughQ. Put your hands together for a dear friend of mine, Miss Kelly Ellsworth Etchison. Come on out, Kelly! Boys, say hello! Hey, you better get in there, Laffy. You better get in there. Oh, my goodness, were you just proposed to on the Evan Michaels Show? Laffy, where did you get the ring? I hope she doesn't go for the other guy. Thank you, thank you. We have 8 bad puns sponsored by LaughQ tonight, John Dale, so that's 4. That's 4.
No,
Kelly.
that was 8.
Okay, I've never been good with math. Please, sit down. Don't mind any of the water that I have so graciously danced on your chair. Oh, there, no, you're fine, you're fine. You've earned a lot of praise yourself, Kelly, not only for the work that you do through the community. You are one of our most involved and busiest volunteers, but through LaughQ and the exciting partnership you guys have with the Lugnuts and these two handsome gents over here. Tell me a little bit about how that came about.
Well, first I might say, I thought Laffy was just going to get a glass of milk, and I find him here goofing off with Big Lug.
I know.
There's a problem.
There is a problem.
But you know what? We started this partnership with the Lugnuts way back when they first came to town. So this is the 19th season, so we're excited about that. And it's just been a great ride. We, of course, are the sole sponsors of the LaughQ Fireworks, which is one of our proudest sponsorship.
Everyone looks forward to that. Everyone looks forward to that.
Yes.
You know, no matter how the game ends, you're going to see a great show afterwards on a beautiful summer night. That's the plan.
Right, right. And outside of the LaughQ Fireworks, one of the things that we do is called a community champion. And we kind of overhauled that this year, so we're really excited. We're going out into the community and we're asking the community to nominate someone that is a champion in their eyes, a community champion in their eyes that have served in our military forces. So,
what a wonderful new program. Big round of applause for that. Honoring the men and women who have served. There's so many proud ones here in mid-Michigan.
Yes, and so they'll get to actually come to a LaughQ Fireworks game at the Lugnuts, and they'll treat them right. They'll get 4 tickets for their family, and they'll be acknowledged on the scoreboard.
Maybe see them on the field.
Right, yeah.
Bring them down there.
Throw out that first ceremonial pitch.
Speaking of which, we have a little behind-the-scenes footage of some fun at the ballpark, where, as you saw from my wonderful baseball swing not too long ago, I have no ability in this sport whatsoever, yet they did want me to throw out the first pitch. So let's see if it was a curveball or not.
You picked a place for Pincinalt, and to Cooley Stadium I came. It's where the Lansing Lugnuts play a favorite summer game. On Jackson Field, the team takes part in innings 1 through 9, with base hits here, strikeouts there, and fly balls down the line. But for all the Lugnut players who field grounders and take swings, there's other ballpark people who work on other ballpark things. You have Mark, he runs the scoreboard, and Jesse's play-by-play.
2 up and 2 down.
There's Jim, he edits video, and Paul's highlights each game day. Josh, he sells the tickets. How about Spence from merchandise?
You want to back to the hat?
And Joe up on the PA, who when it rains says, boys, play twice.
When we score, you win.
And don't forget the friendly fans who cheer and clap and root.
Go Lugnuts!
With hot dogs hot in hand, and perhaps a beverage to boot. But before the game can start, before the crowd can chat, before the umps prepare, before Casey gets to bat,
People always tell me I got a baseball name.
a ceremonial pitch must be thrown upon the mound, into the catcher's mitt, not bouncing on the ground. So because of all your votes that helped to pick this place, it's me upon the hill, a nervous smile on my face.
Pressure's on.
And from the setup, to the windup, to the pitch, and then the call,
Just a bit outside.
it made it to the plate. Now it's time to go play ball!
So at least I got it. Hey, at least I got it to the plate, right? At least I got it. What do you get? Come on, thank you. I got it to the plate. Thank you. Thank you. John Dale Smith, 9 miles per hour.
That was amazing. 9 miles.
9. They call that the screwball.
You throw like a girl, is that what you're saying?
I should have played softball. I should have played softball. Kelly, thank you so much for coming on and sharing. Thank you for bringing the boys with us. I know it's a tough task keeping them in line. We look forward to seeing you at the ballpark and truly taking advantage of the spectacular Laugh Q fireworks show.
Right.
And thanks for being an Evan
You're-
Michael Show sponsor as well.
Oh, happy to do it.
We're blasting off with a lot more here on the show. Don't go anywhere. Thanks for watching. And one more time for our guest co-hosts. Welcome back to the Evan Michaels Show. After our 2 previous co-hosts knocked it out of the park and I hit a horrible foul ball that probably took out 3 cars and 8 fans, I think we're going to invite them back again, John Dale Smith. We'll invite them back again, but I don't think I'm being taken out to the ball game anytime soon. However, if you have been out and about downtown in Lansing and been to any of the music festivals over the last decade plus, you will recognize the talents and handiwork of the woman we're about to bring out on stage. She is the creative force behind and the former head of such wonderful and entertaining musical events as Jazz Fest, Blues Fest, the Common Ground Music Festival, and she has a new exciting project that's going to make everyone around mid-Michigan and the state want to try jazz. That's right. Put your hands together for Miss Sharon Lang. I'll put you right here. I have to be very, very careful with the water
I heard
situation.
there may have been an
Yes,
accident
there
earlier.
there was a bit of a spill. I'm blaming it on Big Lug. That's actually my nickname, Big Lug. I'm at the ballpark 3 times a week. But you've been not only at the ballpark, you have been in Old Town Lansing, you have been all over the capital city, all over mid-Michigan, putting on everything under the sun when it comes to jazz and blues. How do you do it?
Oh my goodness, that's a stretch. I do it well.
You do it wonderful.
No, I do it well. I do it with the help of a lot of great people.
Yeah.
No one does anything like that alone. So much like all the festival people know, it takes an absolute village to put on an event like that. And the community always in Lansing rises to the occasion. Hundreds of volunteers and people who are dedicated to making us look good as producers when it's really their hard work.
Your husband, Brian, who is also a very talented performer himself, there is a reason that you guys have stayed here and decided to pick Lansing and Michigan as a means to showcase the arts, as a way to say, come here, see the talent we have, and go out and sing our praises. Why did you do that?
It is. Lansing is absolutely filled with talent. It really is a hot box for wonderful entertainers, for performers, artists, visual artists, recording artists, and it's wonderfully situated. It's a great town. It has a lot to offer. We love the scene. We love the people, and it's our pleasure to contribute to some of that.
What have been some of your favorite experiences so far?
I think for sure just getting to know Old Town.
Yeah.
It really, very quickly when we moved to this community, it has such a wonderful feeling and a great vibe and a wonderful atmosphere. We just really enjoy that. And continuing to meet wonderful people like you and to engage in this community has been great. Every moment's wonderful.
It was a real treat when we first met, when we were downtown at Jazz Fest together. That was when I was first discovering everything that you already knew. And then I think that's the great thing about coming out, is if you don't know, 1 minute and you're hooked.
Oh, it is.
You're
And those events always need great new people, too. So it's a good way to get out, meet people, to give back to the community, and have a ringside seat for the fun. It's wonderful.
Well, anybody who's had a ringside seat for our next performer, who will be headlining your new project that you'll be talking about in just a little bit, is going to join us now. You might have heard her name before, but it's a pleasure that we get to showcase her singing. You are going to be amazed by the talents and sultry sounds of Miss Twyla Birdsong. Come on out, Twyla. Take a bow, Miss Twyla Birdsong, ladies and gentlemen. Wow! If I may be so bold, if that's what summertime sounds and looks like, I want it to be every season, my dear.
Thank you very much.
Come back after the break. Talk to us a little bit about that amazing voice and some exciting projects, will you?
Okay, I will. Thank
Don't
you.
go anywhere. Twyla Birdsong's back with us right here on The Evan Michael Show. Oh, my God. Oh, unbelievable. The Evan Michael Show has never sounded better, especially because of you, Miss Twyla Birdsong. What a performance. So effortless. So effortless. Quickly, tell us a little bit about what got you into singing and how you picked jazz and blues as your voice.
Well, let me first say every show I think is success is based on a good studio band.
Hey!
I think you got a hit.
Aren't we so lucky?
Thank you. Thank you.
How about a shout out to Mr. Brawny Brown on sax? You're a sax soloist over there.
It's just a joy for me.
Well, you used a key word there, evolution, and Sharon, you are about to have the jazz and blues scene around our area evolve into something very special and very memorable. Tell us a little bit about the upcoming Try Jazz series. I know you're very proud of this.
We are. It's something we've been working on for 4 years and allow them to try jazz as well, not just for new audiences.
There you go. So not only can you enjoy it in the moment, but then you can pass it down. And I know, Twyla, that was probably some of the biggest advice you would give to up-and-coming singers and people who are finding music as their creative voice.
Absolutely. It's such a great way just to be able to express yourself through music.
We wish you both the absolute best with Try Jazz and all these other wonderful projects. And you know what? Let's hear that amazing voice of yours one more time. Give it up one more time for Miss Twyla Birdsong. The stage is yours, my dear.
Well, a fellow, he is a creature who has always been strange.
Twyla, get over here. Sharon, Miss Twyla Birdsong, Miss Sharon Lang. We cannot wait to try jazz together. We also can't wait to try dancing lessons together right here on the Evan Michael Show. Stay with us. That was the Malik Brown sponsored applause jump, so thank you very much for that, Malik. And John Dale, that was like the theme song to Twitter, was it not?
It was.
It was.
My question for you, though, is watching you dance, did you really enter Dancing with the Stars?
John Dale, that is next week's episode.
Oh, excuse me. I was a teaser for next week.
I was the with. I wasn't the dancer or the star. I was the with. You'll see why. You'll see. Well, you already saw why. Never mind. That's why the beauty of editing, folks. In TV, in real life. Unbelievable, this guy. Someone that we never, edit out of any of the projects that he's been involved in is because he truly is the star of them. This next artist and this next amazing and generous individual has traveled all over the state, all over the country, all over the world now, showcasing his artwork, his designs, his amazing sculptures out of glass. It's Mr. Craig Mitchell-Smith, and I had the pleasure to go to his brand new studio in Old Town for a special sneak peek at a new Disney project he's working on. Dare I say I was all ears. He's an artist you have to see or sometimes see through to believe. And he's now breathing new life into Lansing's Old Town while also making national headlines. It's time to meet Craig Mitchell-Smith, the glass man with the Midas touch, or as he likes to remind me, don't touch.
I am so happy to be here in Old Town. I am fourth generation Lansing, so this is a homecoming for me.
With his roots returned to Lansing, it's only fitting Craig's craft keeps growing.
We can spread out and make larger and larger pieces, and the work is going further and further away.
All the way to Disney World now.
It's a stainless steel.
His newest piece, Flight of the Monarch, will take off and spread its wings at Epcot for the International Flowering Garden Festival this spring.
Doing something magical for a place as magical as Disney is a perfect fit for me. I'd never been to Disney as kids. I'm a kid now.
His youthful enthusiasm blossoming, just like the natural scenes the former florist now creates out of glass.
Everything I do is my response to something absolutely beautiful that I saw in nature. All the pieces of glass are made flat. By firing them a second time, they collapse onto the form.
You're like the Willy Wonka
It is.
of glass.
This is my chocolate factory.
I love it.
And what's not to love? A local artist following his dreams and ending up at the place where dreams come true.
Magic happens right here.
And I can tell you he is very excited not only to be showcasing and creating that artwork in Old Town, but to be here to tell us more about it. Let's welcome to the stage, in the flesh, Mr. Craig Mitchell-Smith, ladies and gentlemen. I'll put you right here, and feel free to spill your water. That's kind of what we're doing here on the show today. It's a theme. It's a theme. Water and glass. Is that a good combination?
Sure.
It is?
I do stuff for fountains. I like the glass looks better wet.
There you go. Okay, see, I was just foreshadowing. I was just getting ready for you.
Yep, when the stuff is being photographed, my photographer will often walk through the thing with a little pump mister bottle and get the work wet. Plus, it covers the dirt.
That's very funny. That's how John Dale prepares for the show. People just missed him, ha ha ha, and he just walks through it. But that's why the music sounds so good. Why your artwork looks so good. You have so much skill, but it's the passion and energy you put into it. Tell me a little bit about what got you started into becoming a glass artist and why you're here. You could have gone anywhere, and home is here.
Home is here. I'm fourth generation Lansing. I am never leaving. I can go any place I want to, and I know where home is. So I'm sticking around. No, I started making glass, 6 years ago? It was kind of a fluke. I was on HGTV. They were going to do my kitchen, and instead they saw I was doing little glass. Next thing I know, I got cameras in my face, so I'm used to this now.
They were making over your kitchen.
I did.
You were redoing the kitchen.
Right. I submitted some photographs to HGTV, and it was originally about my kitchen. And I'm sending pictures back and forth to this woman in Hollywood.
He's got a great-looking kitchen.
It's a cool kitchen.
You
That's
should
how
see
this
the
started.
dishwasher.
Well, come on over.
What's her name?
Yeah.
No, I'm not going that far.
John Dale, be polite. Be polite. It's me. Okay, it's me. That's how I got him on the show. I'm washing his dishes, okay? You always got to embarrass me on the show, John Dale.
But so oftentimes you think something is one thing, it turns into another. They said, well, we've seen a lot of kitchens, but my career started with this woman in Hollywood saying, what's that thing in the corner of photograph 30-something? And I looked it up, and what it was a cobalt blue glass gazing ball that had been my grandmother's, and a tree crashed on it, and it broke into these shards, and I'm a sentimental guy, I couldn't throw it away, so I hot glued it together as these just kind of forms that did that. And
truly, a thing in the corner, but it had sentimental value and personal value.
So I glued together a broken piece of glass, because it had been my grandmother's, and this woman in Hollywood saw this, and she said, what's that thing in the corner? And when I realized what she was talking about, I said, well, I don't know, I guess it's a sculpture. And she says, do you have anything more like that? I said, no, but I took
But I
this-
can.
But I can. And
In
they
fact, hold on.
said, sorry, these are plastic. Plastic. No, I don't do that.
Oh, I was hoping we could break that and have a sculpture.
I would have brought you one.
Unbelievable. Jeez, next time we'll have glass for you.
I break a lot of glass. So anyway, the upstart of this was 9 weeks later, they sent a television crew to film what I said I'd do, and they did. And I was not thinking anybody would want to buy this. So it was a step-by-step thing to become a professional artist. But here I am now. I've got 4 employees, and we're doing stuff. I'm traveling the country doing one-man shows of my work for gardens and
Yes, he
enjoying
is.
every minute of it.
In fact, when we get back after the break, not only are we going to talk more about your latest recent trip. Your latest recent trip. That's what happened. My speech breaks like glass, and then I just glue it back together, and that's what it sounds like.
And you turn it into art.
And I turn it into art, or at least editing. One or the other. But we make it work, don't we? When we get back, we'll talk about your trip to Disney, and I understand you have a very new, very special piece that you would like to debut on the show.
I would. A gift for you.
Deal. Craig Mitchell-Smith's coming back to showcase some of his newest artwork right here on the Evan Michael Show.
This is fun.
Welcome back to the Evan Michael Show. We are joined by Mr. Craig Mitchell-Smith, the leading and most talented glass artist. I shouldn't put a T on that. I'm just adding things to your resume, even if they're not spelled correctly. Not only in the state of Michigan, but in the country, in the world. One of the reasons why your work was just on display for truly all of the world to see at Disney.
At Epcot Center, yep.
Tell us about that experience.
I'm a lucky guy. For the Wizard of Oz garden, for the Great and Powerful Oz garden last year. Poppies, bring on the poppies.
Oh,
and so anyway, they commissioned me to loan them that all move in the wind on a stainless steel frame.
It's incredible. We saw a little bit in the story that we just played, the time that goes into that. You're there all day.
I work like a dog. But
all day.
No, my dog's asleep. Come to think of it.
Your dogs are wonderfully playful. I have met both of them. They're very supportive of your
happy
work.
dogs.
They stay away from the glass. He's trained them well.
We have happy dogs. But anyway, so I was lucky enough to display my work there for a second year. And then I'm leaving in just a few days. I'm going back down to Epcot. They're giving me a marketing experience. They're giving me a little building with my name on it at Epcot for 2 weeks.
Just the sign alone is frameable.
To sell my work, yep.
That's incredible.
Yep, so Disney is seeing, thank you.
Mr. Craig Mitchell-Smith right here. Mickey Mouse, Goofy, Donald Duck, Craig Mitchell-Smith.
And Disney is such an amazing company to
Until you cut on the rides. Then they're really tall, angry children who ask you not to come back. But I'm glad they had you come back. In fact, very quickly, because I want to go to our behind-the-scenes clip, your new space in Old Town where you created all this. You must love being there.
I love being an old for me, so I can make 3 times the mess.
What I find... Yes, you can. And what I find amazing is even with all that space, I still found a way to get in Craig's way.
Yeah,
but he had some wonderful words of wisdom for me. Dare I say it was breaking news. Pun number 7. Haha. Let's go to the clip.
What we did, and I'm hard on kilns, so anybody who knows kilns will go, man, this guy.
What's he doing?
He's rough on his kilns. Well, I use them a lot.
Killing it.
I'm killing it. It's good.
We want breaking news that doesn't break.
Yes. If it breaks, I'm screwed.
And you know what? You just saw, I barely made it through your new workshop, but that is hard to break. Even I couldn't break any of the glass that was lying around. However, you said
It's tough. It's pretty
handbags.
tough.
You got to watch out for handbags.
The only breaks I have had were women with giant purses. People would say, wouldn't you freak out when kids would come in? No, kids are
fine.
Kids were too afraid they'd get yelled at if they broke something. Women with giant purses.
That's what did it.
Yep.
Oh, wow, look at that piece. Dude.
Yep.
I guess I'm buying that one. Honey, maybe if they glued it back together. All right, well, let's be very careful. This is the big reveal. Mr. Craig Mitchell-Smith wanted to do this just for the Evan Michael Show.
And we did this together.
We worked on this together. We stayed up for a few hours the other night. You grabbed...
With craft scissors.
We had some felt. We had some glass. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Hey! There it is!
The Evan Michael Show. See?
The Evan Michael Show logo, all done in glass. Before we go real quick, tell us how you made that.
Evan and I, we did this together, and so there's 100 different ways to make glass. And what we did on this one, there's a special kind of, it looks like felt, but it's made out of silica, so it'll take 1,500 degrees. And we were very good with craft. Very good. You know, we used the blunt type for Evan. But we cut out all the individual letters. I did the state of Michigan part, and laid all of this out. Took a couple hours. And some fun. And anyway, laid the glass over it, and then I fired it to about 1,500 degrees, and so we made the negative, and this made the positive.
And we have history and also positive, the news that we're sharing with you. We wish you all the best. Craig Mitchell-Smith, come back and update us. Ladies and gentlemen, the most talented glass man around. We're coming right back. What a show it's been so far. Craig, I know you're excited to be here, but what do you think of the artwork? How do we do, ladies? How do we do?
I love it.
Now, how about I make something and you try and break it with your voice?
Oh.
That could be the next challenge.
Well, you know, I'm kind of low, so I'll probably hurt myself.
Would you need a falsetto to shatter? What is that? Is that falsetto that shatters the glass?
I just remember that memory.
It's the higher. Okay.
Oh, that was good.
Craig, I have a question.
Go ahead, John Dale.
Why is it that my name or the World Class City Band is not there on that?
Well,
It was there. That was the glass that broke.
We did that, yeah.
Sorry, that was the glass that broke.
Oh.
Yeah.
We just forgot.
Yeah. In fact, Craig can't wait to glue it back together and put it in the corner. What's that thing in the corner? That's Jim Don Smill. He and the band Class City World are some of the best.
Smiths need to stick together, you know.
And Smith means one who does.
That's right.
In fact, real quick, I do want to leave you guys for a second because I want to talk about the Smiths over here in our illustrious band set. John Dale, you are a very proud father because of our very talented drummer / door knock effect guy. You may remember the big one coming onto the show. That's Mr. Jonathan Smith back there. And Jonathan, I understand that you were just on The Great White Way showcasing some of your talents for Disney. What a partnership we have here. Tell us about that. Tell us about that.
So last night I had my Broadway debut playing percussion on Disney's Aladdin.
Look at that. Broadway debut.
Broadway debut.
What's your big song? What's your big number?
It turns out that A Whole New World is pretty much just me and piano. I found that out last night for the first time. No rehearsal, just downbeat and go.
Well, that's why you do so well here, because we don't rehearse either.
Well, they booked me for 2 shows tonight because I did so well, but I had to cancel because I had to get back here.
Oh, look at this guy. What a consummate professional.
Yeah.
Dare
Evan
I
Michaels Show or Aladdin in New York.
Yeah, smart choice, Jonathan. Smart choice. Congratulations to you. We look forward to many updates. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. See, look at that. The whole Disney family giving back. And to sum it up, to use your line, Jonathan, a whole new world, that is really kind of what we are using the creative and performing arts to do. Whether you're a sculptor, whether you are a physical artist, whether you're a performing artist, a visual artist, I should say. And that's the beauty of where we live and where we're from.
It is. It is.
Creativity brings forth a whole new world.
Yes.
There you go, right? Audience, do you agree? The audience agrees. They most certainly agree. An absolute pleasure. Ms. Sharon Lang in the Tri-Jazz Series with headliner Twyla Bird's song.
Thank you.
You knocked it out of the park. Soon to break glass.
I'll try.
Glass. When she's in Old Town, you better lock the studio.
Well, hey, I've got the big purse, so. I've got the big purse.
That's why you can't let her in.
I'll share.
Okay.
We'll trade.
Oh, sorry, buddy. Cheers.
Thank you.
And congrats to you. Very excited. And of course, we can't forget about Big Lug and Laffy. They were here earlier in the show, but they had to head down to Cooley Law School Stadium to knock one out of the park for the fireworks shows. 18 of those shows you can see at the ballpark this year. That's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, it's always fun. It's always a treat to have you watching the Evan Michaels Show. A big thank you to all of our sponsors, CATA and the Acts of Culture, Dean Trans, of course, LAFQ, your credit union for life, the Peppermint Creek Theater Company, our performance home, and a very special shout out to our new partners, the talented production team of Home TV. They are going to be with us each week with their students, with their leaders up and coming, ready to make a difference in the world of local television and the local performing arts. On behalf of the Evan Michaels Show, I'm Evan Pincinall. Then remember, Mid-Michigan and everyone else, Variety truly is the spice of life. Good night. Oh!
The Evan Michael Show is filmed on location at the Peppermint Creek Theater Company. Find us online at Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or give us a call at 517-927-3016. Our theater address is 625 Curry Lane in Lansing.